Barrett's Cove. It's a 250-foot cliff located in the Camden Hills State Park. I learned to climb here 17 years ago on rock and ice, and it's been a special place in my heart. My climbing mentor taught me how to climb while I was at Unity College. We came here every weekend, and I climbed everything on both rock and ice since then, until this past winter when I started to see a new ice blob taking shape. I'm not here to guide. Today, I'm here to recreate. This climb has never taken shape, and it may not ever take shape. So I can imagine the climb, and it's my opportunity to go get after it. The climb begins in a steep snow gully that cuts a really steep face. It eventually leads into some low-angle ice with its good protection, and it quickly leads up to a pretty menacing overhanging face. It's about 120 degrees overhanging. It's so steep that my feet were cutting out from underneath me, and I had to keep my hips into the wall, placing my tools in cracks and on edges, and eventually swing my way up onto this ice blob, this formation that I've never seen before. Thankfully, got onto the blob, could rest a little bit. When I got onto the upper section, the low-angle rock, this is where, the physical crux turned into a mental crux. I was actually really desperate to get good protection, to keep my crampon points, my axes on the rock. It was a pretty mental experience at that point. And really, I had no idea if I was going to actually stay on or fall off.
So in the case of the January 4th storm, which has been termed by some as a bomb cyclone, in that particular case we had very cold air over the entire eastern United States preceding the storm. By January 3rd, we actually had low pressure forming off the east coast of Florida. That's quite far south for a low to start forming. We started off this year with some very warm temperatures in the fall, which kept the ground actually fairly warm. And in most cases, even through early January, much of the snow-covered ground was not frozen. That warm fall combined with an early blanket of snow, a combination of having the available moisture and just simply the warm temperatures. Then the other factor, of course, is the extremely cold air that we had in early or late December and early January. Would allow it to freeze, and in many cases it would keep coming, and as the water kept coming it kept freezing, which allowed in the case of the ice falls for them to grow.
I haven't been this stoked about something in a while. This is awesome. I've been climbing at this cliff for 17 years, and this is by far my favorite first ascent I think I've ever done in my life. It's amazing when you want something, you know you can get there, but it's gonna be like right at that zone where you're like, oh geez, I don't know. It could be luck, it could be, yes, I have the skills, but it's kind of like a little bit of a mind. So anyways, I got to the base of the hard section, pulling through the rock down low, and I just hit this flow. I was totally in the zone. I wasn't thinking about how tiring it was gonna be. And next thing you know, I came up onto the ice and then made my way up. And really, this was the hardest part because mentally, you don't have very good placements with the axes or your feet, and it's just so insecure, and you never know if you're gonna pop off. It requires the most high level of awareness and focus. One thing, if I thought about my girlfriend, what she said last night, I would fall off. If I'm thinking about what I gotta do later on in the day, I'd fall off. outdoors.